Folks, we have a very special guest for you tonight. I'd like to introduce
Let's hear it for the great Mr. Hunt.
In rhythm management. Let's begin. All right now, wasn't that fun? Let's try something else.
There's an energy in the air in Tampa. Relentless off-season optimism for a program that ended its season celebrating a 45-point bowl game rout. South Florida Bulls fans hoping this blissful resurgence continues into 2024. Heavy at the line of scrimmage. They pull it. It was a fake to right. Here goes Byron Brown. Brown on the far sideline. Byron Brown scampers to the end zone, and South Florida scores its first touchdown.
See the defensive end just crashing in. That's actually the nickel, and Brown does a great job to pull that ball, take it to the outside. Yassine gets a
play fake. Bowens, decent pocket there. Dangerous pass. It's intercepted. Jalen Schuler looking for the end zone. Got within the 5.
The end zone here.
They'll give it to Joyner again. They do. Joyner charging forward. Got close to the goal line. It's a touchdown, USF. Hand it off to Kelly Joyner 3 consecutive times. Another handoff to Keith, and he's in the end zone. First touchdown at USF for Teron Keith, and the Bulls are flying right now in the second quarter.
It's not having to look over for the signal.
3rd and 8. Brown, pocket collapsing, dumps into the flat. Here's Wright, putting the moves on. Diving forward, Naquan Wright. Hand off to Wright, gets the ball again. It's a touchdown for USF. 3 yards from the left hash. Good snap and hold. Cannon's kick. Does it have the leg? Yes, sir. Cannon matches the 48-yard effort with a 53-yard kick of his own. 40 yards, connected on 53 to end the half. No problem there. John Cannon 2 for 2. His home opener to shine, even after he got that scholarship, is Brown. Great throw to the 30-yard line. Caught. Extra yardage here. Yassine down the sideline. Inside the 5 before being shoved out by Sean Russ Jr. Bulls are knocking on the door again. 1st and goal. Joyner wants another touchdown. He's got it. Kelly Joyner scores. And South Florida is up 40-3. Alex Golesh talked about the experience he has, 117 tackles last year. As this is back of the end zone. On first down, it's a touchdown. Wasting no time after the turnover. Michael Brown-Stevens, the touchdown, and it comes from Bryce Archie on his first throw of the game.
Has looked the best so far. We haven't gotten a chance to see much of Sprague just yet. Nothing doing there for Patton. A fantastic start here at home in Tampa to begin their 2024 campaign. The expectations have been raised by Alex Golesh. A huge opportunity coming up in Tuscaloosa next week. But here in week one, no problems. 48-3.
From the newly minted Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. You know, a year ago, Alabama struggled in a road win at South Florida. Now, this confident Bulls team comes here to T-Town to take on the 4th-ranked Crimson Tide. Brown, delayed quarterback run. Breaks a tackle, has another first down. A tug of the jersey was the effort defensively, and he goes ahead for 5 more yards.
You see the 230-pound QB, tough to bring down.
Here he goes again, and look at the hole he's got. He lowers a shoulder, and it's 1st and goal, South Florida.
Man, he's going to need an ice bath after.
For Cannon. As he does just that. And it is a 7-6 game here. Bama receives the second half kickoff. Jalen Milroe with a couple of touchdown runs, but really the big story has been elsewhere as K-Law, Kendrick Law on the return, and watch out. Ball comes out, and it is recovered by Gramatica. Kendrick Law fumbles it, and young Nico Gramatica, the true freshman son of Martin Gramatica, the Super Bowl champion from the Buccaneers 20-plus years ago, gets the recovery.
Such a great play by Ben Knox, number 1 for South Florida there. He's the one that punches it out, and how about Nico Gramatica, Johnny on the spot. That looked like that was going to be an incredible return by Kendrick Law. Kind of limit the bleeding.
3rd down and 6 for Milroe. Pressure comes up the middle. He backs all the way up inside the 20 and is taken down there by Mac Harris. Another big play from Harris. Average yards per rush. Bama's under a yard per rush. 2nd and 9. Miller. Oh, ball came out. Ball is out. And South Florida looks to have recovered it.
It was Mac Harris at linebacker screaming sideline to sideline.
And they got it.
Wow. Chasing Jam Miller down, knocking this ball free. That's what you call a country fumble out there in the open grass. Just who wants it? Running backs to cut it back.
Brown cuts back himself and drives inside the 5. It is 1st and goal, South Florida, trailing by only 8.
Like, he's one-on-one with one of the best linebackers in the country in Deontay Lawson, and he shakes him.
Straight ahead and straight in to Ron Keith. How about these South Florida Bulls? Oh, he fumbled a snap. Milroe fumbled a snap. South Florida thinks they've got it. And they do. Another turnover. Just when Bama and this crowd thought they were punching it in, it's South Florida's ball.
The timing of it all was messed up. He never was able to get the ball, and what a massive, massive mistake.
For the 2nd year in a row, they played this kind of a muddled game that was grabbing everybody's attention looking at the scoreboard. As once again, the running game of Alabama is going to make this game look like nothing we covered for most of it, as Justice Haynes brings it right in, a 29-yard touchdown.
So people at home are like, where was this offense for the first, I don't know, 50 minutes of this game?
Score was 21-16 with just under 7 minutes to play. And then the 3 big touchdowns, 42-16. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Great to have you with us from Tuscaloosa.
Sunbelt Conference football on ESPN welcomes you to Hattiesburg, Mississippi, inside M.M. Roberts Stadium for the 5th meeting all time between South Florida and Southern Miss. They haven't played in 20 years since 2004 in that last meeting down in Tampa Bay. Second and goal, play action pass, caught to the tight end. That's Peyton Singletary, who had 2 touchdown receptions a year ago for this club. Gets his first reception. Keep momentum on your side. Jet motion. Rodemaker tall in the pocket. This is Davis Dalton. Ball has been popped loose and scooped up with the football in his hands is Kaquavius Berryhill with the fumble recovery.
Well executed, and the kids love to run these types of plays, so kudos to them.
Kelly Joyner Jr., you'll see the speed. House call, 42 yards to the house. Goes Kelly Joyner Jr. Play of this drive for South Florida. Only 10 drives of 10 or more plays this season for the Bulls. Kind of a wide snap. Brown throws this back corner. Was the catch received? Yes, it was. What a play. Hello, top 10, as Josh Hardiman hauls it in. The transfer out of Houston, and he gets his foot inbounds for South Florida.
Wow. When I first saw it, I thought he was way out. Left foot down, catch complete. What a grab.
QB key. Hiram Brown was built for this. In from 2 yards out.
Foster, a minimal gain.
It's a fake to John Cannon. He is trying to run and get in, and he will dive for the pylon, but step out at the 3-yard line.
Man, what a big call and play. Talk about shift the momentum of the game there.
Back onto the field go the Bulls offense. Penalty flag comes in. It's going to give us the call.
Substitution on the defense. That point's declined. The result of the play is a touchdown.
Third. Crawford, pressure in his face. This is thrown up and intercepted. Doug Bluely with the INT, the big man on the dive. Of this third quarter. Naquan Wright into space. It's a sprint to the end zone, and 5 wins it. Right in. Over 40 points for the 7th time in 15 ball games under Alex Golesh. Miami in Raymond James Stadium. For Austin Davis, for our statistician, Marty Wyndham, on behalf of the media relations team at Southern Miss, and Jack Duggan, Brian Segrist, the media relations specialist. Best game notes I've ever read from South Florida. I'm Jason Baker. So long and good night. You've been watching Sunbelt Conference football on ESPN. Best game notes I've ever read.
Well, a record number of student tickets handed out at USF this week. They are ready for the best kind of hurricane warning as Miami makes the trip across Alligator Alley to take on USF. Quick handoff. Joyner gets a block. Picks up the first down and more. To the Canes' 40-yard line before he's tripped up. Picks up 12. 58 yards away. Will it reach? It will. He's got it.
He's already checking. He sees something that he recognizes.
Up the seam in stride, Jacoby George. The ball ripped away. It's a 50-50 struggle for it at the 45-yard line. A helmet flies on the near side of the... So off the takeaway. Striking distance now for Brown. Wide open. Peyton Singletary, the tight end. Pile drive down at the 12-yard line.
His legs, you have to be aware of it.
Reverse. Throwing the football wide open. Brown from Atkins. A roll reversal. Normally it's Brown to Atkins. This time it's Brown from Atkins for the touchdown. 4-man rush. Brown up the the seam. In stride, it's Atkins. First down and more. He snuck past him. He hit it well again. And this one is right down the pipe. One-on-one, it's Hardeman. Stays on his feet, dragging tacklers inside the 10. First down and goal. A line drive from Cannon is through. So Gramatica 2 for 2, Cannon now 1 for 1, and USF has the lead. So a 100-yard game for the freshman Jordan Lyle. The story though, Cam Ward. As for Mario Cristobal, his quarterback racks up 404 yards and 3 touchdowns. And it is a convincing 50-15 win.
In beautiful Uptown, just outside of downtown New Orleans, for the start of the American Athletic Conference football season. South Florida rolling into Tulane.
Banged his head off the goalpost.
Brown over the middle. Rahman Yassin, open field. And taken down at the 10. A big play that South Florida had to have.
A design quarterback run.
There it is. Brown shifting through the defense into the end zone. Touchdown, Byram Brown. With the first half expiring and a 31-point deficit. Kick is up, and it is good for John. Well, the nation's 5th longest conference win streak continues. Tulane now has won 11 straight regular season AAC games with a 45-10 victory.
The Bulls 2-3 under Alex Golesh. One of the nation's toughest schedules has not been kind to them. Meanwhile, Memphis picked to win the conference, looking to rule the Sunshine State today. And so far, South Florida sputtering several times, trying to get the car out of the garage. And this is their first down across midfield. And finally, the Bulls on the move. Joshua Porter reeling it in. So here is Gramatica from 52. This one has got plenty of leg, and it is through.
That's big. Look at the swag from the kicker.
Again, Bulls working as quick as any team in college football, and that has not helped them through the first 30 minutes. This one, though, downfield, and it's caught. Best play of the game by the Bulls. And it's Josh Hardeman, the 6'4" wide receiver, reeling it in. Third time they've gone for it on 4th down today. Hennigan tries to just toss it up, looking for a prayer, and is it intercepted? South Florida may have gotten their hands on the football here, and yes, Taven Ward scoops it just before it hits the ground, and finally, Bulls force a turnover. Memphis made him priority 1 today.
For sure, and defensive coordinator Jordan Hankins talked about that. They talked about getting physical with him at the line of scrimmage. USF usually moves him around. He had a fumble earlier in this game, but like you said, they just have not been able to get him going today.
Josh Hardeman, in a game that was moved here just 48 hours ago.
Well, a relief to be back at Raymond James for USF, back in their city of Tampa, Florida, to host UAB in a matchup where one of these teams is going to pick up a much-needed reset. Atkins, their record-setting man today, is 154th career catch. Most in South Florida history for career receptions. Snags in this punt and gets his team some yardage. Ball came out, though, toward the tail end, then scooped up, and there's room down the sideline. A fortuitous hop and a fortuitous touchdown. That'll spring you. And it was Lee Jr. taking it all the way. We're in the red zone now. They'll give it back. Another broken tackle. How about that run from Kelly Joyner Jr.? He seems to be the guy you want to feed right now. Sets up 3rd and goal, more manageable here. Back to Keith, pushing the pile. There was a last-minute stretch, and they got him a touchdown to make this a one-possession game. Teron Keith punches it in.
The duress.
Kitna is under duress and is intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Schuler. Motoring the other way. And now South Florida sets up shop with an opportunity to possibly take the lead.
This is what this guy does, Jason.
One. UAB defensive line has been good today. He'll opt to throw it. It's complete. Joyner Jr. end zone. James Madison before transferring over. Now it's third down. Kitna steps up. Nothing downfield. Has to run.
Put that ball away. Oh, my goodness.
And then the ball came out. It's still loose. These turnovers starting to jostle back and forth. Who has this? It's going the other way.
But again, they zone coverage, right? Forcing Kitna to have to read it out.
Oh, look at this. Still able to get the punt away was Patrick Foley. Special teams have been shaky today. Atkins, who muffed one earlier, might have a lane. Atkins cuts it back. Atkins inside of the 20. A chance to change this game in the blink of an eye. It is giving you chills if you have stuck with us.
Oh, the other quarterback give it up.
They get up there quickly. Still awaiting the signal. Fifth lead change of the day. Point game. 2-point conversions haven't been successful so far for either team. To the back of the end zone, and it is caught, but there's a flag down. Michael Brown-Stevens made the reception. See what they opt to do. They will run it, and the hole opens up. Joyner Jr., two-possession game. The biggest run of the game, and South Florida has stormed back in this second half. A second half comeback for Alex Golesh and his squad to pull off their first American victory of the conference season, and a big one to kind of flip the switch. Two guys that have a lot of respect for one another, Alex Golesh and Trent Dilfer. Golesh actually used to recruit the high school that Dilfer coached at in Tennessee before he moved on to UAB.
Sunsplash, Tampa, Florida, inside of Raymond James Stadium. The midshipmen are in town. A critical matchup in the AAC. 6-2 Navy against the South Florida Bulls. Bulls coming off of back-to-back wins in search of their third win in a row for the first time in a long time, and that's a first down. Rumbling into Navy territory. Into the red zone. Taylor, thank you. Third down and 8 to begin our second quarter. Horvath was hit as he threw, and it was intercepted after the pressure by Jalen Schuler, and now they rule it incomplete.
That's why I started coaching in high school.
First career reception for Brandon Winton, and there goes Archie into Navy territory. Still on the move.
That was critical.
I'm glad you saw it was a first down. They waited a minute before they signaled it was enough to move the sticks. Archie to Atkins. That's a first down and a lot more. Sefner Christian Academy. And now a deep ball with a man and the reception. Well, the big play arrives for Jaquan Smith. It's in the second half. Easier said than done. Archie towards the corner for the touchdown. Michael Brown-Stevens will do it 28-7. Navy improves to 7-2, 5-1 in the American. And with undefeated Army coming up next on our airwaves, Navy secures the first win at South Florida in school history. Ryan Newberry, Alex Golesh, plenty of respect between those two veteran coaches.
It's homecoming here at Charlotte, and you could not ask for a better day. 65 degrees, sunny skies, no humidity. They're fired up, and they're ready to take on USF. Keith trying to bounce it out, breaks a tackle. Teron Keith to the end zone, touchdown. USF strikes back. Second time in the red zone today for USF. Naquan Wright makes it 2 for 2 on touchdowns. And Jaquir. Handoff, Joyner up the middle. He breaks one. Joyner will go all the way for the touchdown. Kelly Joyner Jr. The 25-year-old running back who's in his 6th year here at USF.
And in the zone scheme.
Right again, will just walk into the end zone untouched for Tafik Bayard. Purdy intercepted. This will be a pick 6. Paco Austin read it, broke on it, took it to the house. 2. They just get it off in time. Pressure coming again, and this time a sack and a fumble. Scooped up to the end zone. Touchdown, Mac Harris. And now Purdy is hobbling towards the bench. On first down, the handoff, there he goes, Kelly Joyner Jr. Wow. So the time that took was about the time it takes him to run 40 yards. Again, up the middle, Isaac to the end zone for the touchdown.
Sort of go awry for Charlotte, and then things started to kind of compound themselves in this ball game.
That should do it right there. It will. 59-24. South Florida moves to 5-5.
Senior day for South Florida and Raymond James Stadium, and a chance for bowl eligibility on the line in Tampa versus Kevin Wilson's Tulsa team that is upset-minded on the road today on a beautiful sunny day in Tampa, Florida. Bryce Archie comes out as the starter. So he will hand it off on the opening play of the game, and this is what it looked like last week against Charlotte. They pick up right where they left off. Kelly Joyner with the carry.
Oh, fast, and they try to wear a defense down.
Hand it off again. This is the speed again. It's Joyner again. House call on the opening drive.
Bulls.
They will. So they'll keep it moving. Archie, a good start for him. Another dart of a throw on time. And look who it is again. It's Atkins again. I mean, that's been the theme so far. They're going to try to knock you back, and they're going to try to get in the end zone with the ground game. For the second time already, they do that. It's Naquan Wright.
Has a great chance to get in.
Downfield, that looks like it could have been intercepted, and it is into the hands of Tafik Bayard. Able to snag the interception. It's his first of the season. So now they go back to the ground. Got a block set up on the near side. Down the sideline, a convoy here, and a cut back inside the 5-yard line for Kelly Joyner Jr.
Got to make it.
I mean, so far it's been a mirror image of what the second half looked like against Charlotte last week for South Florida. They continue the theme here, finding the end zone once again. On cruise control right now, though, with this high-tempo offense galloping into the end zone and tricking everyone on the Tulsa defense is Bryce Archie. Now, first big play for Tulsa. Could this be the game-changing play that they were looking for? All the way down to the 2. It goes for Anthony Watt.
Have to go to replay to do it or anything like that.
Joyner's in motion, opposite side. They go to Singleton. He has a tunnel. Tioka has space ahead as well. Singleton can hit the big play for this South Florida team, and he does all the way to the end zone.
Every single game was Derek Bowman.
Quick throw on time, touchdown. 40-plus in the first half. Singletary.
You don't have to get it all here at once if you're Lagar.
Goes to the back, picked off for the second time today. And smartly kneeling it down to the end zone is Tavin Ward. He and Tafik Bayard
That's a dynamic duo. He backs it up with another this week. So another example of the future for Tulsa being bright. Lagai was able to step away from Hawthorne. Now trying to track him down is Mac Harris, and he threw it right back into the hands of South Florida. And it is Chenault this time, as freshmen literally on consecutive plays trade INTs. James Chenault.
Practice hard and understands the game.
Now a hole opens up on the right side, and an opportunity for another touchdown opens up for South Florida. Teron Keith takes it to the house. Thursday, November 28th, going to be a huge game. And now Francis, first shot down the sideline, and it is caught.
Are you kidding
Pulled
me?
in by Joseph Williams. Then he bobbled it. Did he actually give that back somehow to Knox, who was tracking with him all the way? Not quite sure how that happened. What probably should have been a touchdown for Tulsa is going to turn into South Florida getting this ball.
His best. Which one is the best for our football team? I think that's the question you have to ask and be honest about the answer. And whatever the answer is, let that lead the decision making.
The moves being made in the running game, you know that's not going to change right now. Area of the field where Israel Carter's legs could be interesting for South Florida moving forward. Go to Micah Brown-Stevens this time. A walk-in touchdown. Piercing the 50-point mark in back-to-back weeks for the Bulls.
Smart people that run with those Bulls.
Okay. Here's a big play and more running of the Bulls. This is going to be a big one for another touchdown for South Florida. The team will have their day, but right now the day belongs to Alex Golesh. Most points under him for this South Florida football program that continues to rise and really turn this season around. A resilient performance since they were relocated due to the hurricane. That week of the Memphis game, have now won 4 of 5.
Saturday in Houston. It's the regular season finale for both South Florida and Rice as the Bulls make its first ever trip to Rice Stadium.
Big fellow, 6'3", 330 pounds.
No flag on 3rd and 4, but going deep and a diving grab made. What a job to hang on to the football. Keshawn Singleton, Georgia.
Well, you know what? Coach Golesh said, hey, the biggest surprise on this team is number 81, and this is it.
In a traditional I formation. Into the end zone, touchdown. That is Naquan Wright, the grad transfer from Opelika, Florida. His 7th touchdown run of the season, and USF responds to the Owls' early score. Their first offensive drive, and very little yards since. Archie here with time, and going deep, has Atkins wide open with the catch, and stumbles down. Would have had a touchdown, but instead, it's the biggest pass play easily for USF at the 13. Archie looking Atkins' way, now pressure, now throws to Atkins, caught for the touchdown. He was looking at his leading receiver right after the snap. The scramble gave him just enough time, and Atkins with the score.
It's a great job here by Archie to extend the play, and sometimes you got to make those off-platform throws.
Best season college football has ever had with the 12-team playoff, no question. Brown-Stevens the catch. A stiff arm to stay on his feet and keep going. He shoved Max Ahoya down. He was able to take it all the way to the
back because he's having to do everything on the fly in a matter of less than a week. And so when you combine that, what great catch right there.
That's Singleton with the grab for the touchdown.
Yeah, I just think it's already tough, but to get the style of players you want, and I know he didn't have much time to go into it. I was kind of asking him that question. It is going to take a little bit of time, and that first year might be rough, but again, you want to see progress each week in and week out.
One of the biggest surprises offensively for the Bulls, according to their coaching staff. Look at Keyshawn Singleton leap to make the grab. Lamont Narcisse thought that the ball was his, but looks like clearly from his 17th carry. Lost the football on the turf. USF has it. Jamie Petway with the fumble.
Opportunity here.
Carter looks to throw. Plenty of time. Heaving it for the end zone. Has Brown-Stevens. Touchdown. It's a game at at Rice Stadium, 35-27, and still 2:25 left.
I'm telling you, sometimes you just need that switch.
This could be the final play. USF needs 69 yards. Carter slings it. Lateral to Atkins. Atkins, the lateral. And back to Atkins, who throws it back. I believe a flag is down. This goes all the way back to Brown-Stevens. 2 flags down as Brown-Stevens takes it down the sideline, finally down at the 20. Craziness to end the regular season, but that will do it.
There are flags on the play.
Ooh, oh, man.
That'll do it if these flags are on South Florida.
What a crazy play. Hey, credit South Florida to make it interesting, man. They had a good play that last play, a little hook and lateral right there, and then it's just a matter of how many pitches you can get to get somebody out in the open space.
Illegal forward pass offense during the play. The penalty is declined. That is the end of the game.
Rice has done it. Far more dramatic.
3 down linemen, and everybody else just stays in the same spot. So normally that creates chaos.
And there's Archie, who has Sean Atkins. Atkins, who found a little soft spot there along the sideline. Can finish with size. And in. That's a touchdown for South Florida. They're on the board. A 3-yard run. And the Bulls on the board.
Kept his legs going. You see, there's going to be a collision right there. But then he doesn't have the leverage battle, but he keeps his legs going.
Legends around here in the state of Hawaii at the University of Hawaii. That one tall, nearly intercepted, is picked off. South Florida comes up with the interception. And on the way is Tavin Ward. Tavin Ward said, hey, go for more. You're second and goal. And Kelly Joyner Jr. up ahead and in for the score. 4-yard TD run for Kelly Joyner Jr.
Talk to, they enjoy the process and they really have each other's back. And they believe in that family attitude, and they stuck together and put together an impressive drive.
Or Naquan Wright or Teron Keith. Teron Keith on the return, and Keith still going. Oh my goodness, can he take it back all the way? Does he have enough energy? Oh!
Yes.
They say yes. 93 yards. No laundry, ladies and gentlemen. Well, one way to separate is a big kickoff return for a touchdown. Teron Keith saying mustard. John Cannon. Cannon puts it up, and it is through from 41 yards out. The kick is up. It's got the leg, and it is through. South Florida ties up the ball game with 2 seconds remaining in regulation.
Florida style, after the big play, they get right up to the line of scrimmage and
absolutely wasting no time. And in for the score is Teron Keith. Keith with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
So important you get this first one because you only have so many that you draw up. Shovel pass, got him.
Yes, sir. Touchdown, South Florida. Archie looking, got his man, and that's Keyshawn Singleton. For Egan, moving to his left, crosses body, it's incomplete and it's over. South Florida pulls off the 5 overtime win at the Hawai'i Bowl.